Hey guys, can everybody hear me okay? First of all, if you can just throw it in the chat. Eli, thanks for writing back. Appreciate you joining us, and everybody else as people start to trickle in. Awesome. Thanks, Steve.
All right, can you guys hear me too?
Yeah, we got you loud and clear, my man.
Let me go ahead and show my screen here.
Really quick, guys, I know we're still a couple minutes before 2 p.m. here. Just as we're giving some people some time to join, we want to make sure that everybody gets on here. Feel free to jump into the chat, who you are, where you're from. There he is. What's going on, man?
What's going on?
How are you?
Very good. How about yourself, Tony?
Good, man. Good. Definitely excited for this one. As I'm sure, everybody joining us is, this has been kind of a long time coming, and we're more than excited to be a part. So thanks for having us.
Absolutely. Definitely appreciate Rock Financial being part of the team here, part of the FinServe marketplace, and looking forward to some great things. And as Tony said, welcome everybody here. Definitely appreciate you guys coming out today to learn a little bit. And in a few minutes here, we'll get underway. We'll get some introductions taken care of and move forward with the meeting, and hoping everybody has a great day here, learning how to become a successful broker in 2021. So.
Yeah, man, I can tell you what, you got to be dynamic, right? Mike, thanks for jumping into the chat. I was just saying, if you want, throw into the chat who you are, where you're calling in from, and if you have a specific product that you broker, right? A lot of us are brokers in here. Some guys do SBA, some guys do factoring, some guys do equipment, some guys do MCA, or guys or gals, right? So who you are, where you're calling in from, and what it is that you broker, just to kind of get things going here as we give it another minute or two. It's just 2 o'clock on the East Coast now, so I want to give everybody another second or two to join us. I see we're
Paul.
Yeah, we're rapid fire in here, man. We got people joining left and right. What's the weather like out in Michigan today, Steve?
Well, I'll tell you what, it is humid, super humid. We probably have, I'm in northern Michigan, up by the bridge, the Mackinac Bridge, as a lot of people know. And we have probably about 80 degrees, but very humid, a little bit overcast right now. Good weather to kind of be in an AC, because it probably feels more like 90, with all the humidity. So, but it's nice. I'm not going to complain. No more snow, hopefully.
Knock on wood, right? Patrick and I were out in Phoenix last week, and coming back here, it was like 85, 90 degrees. It was like 75, 80 degrees earlier this week, and we were looking at each other that we were actually a little cold. And speak of the devil, here he is.
What's going on? Are we live?
We're live.
We're live?
Yep.
Oh, we're live.
Love it. What's going on, everybody? How we doing
today? Pat?
Doing very good. So
we were just giving everybody another second or two. It's only 2:01. I figured, 02, 03, we usually go live with these things.
Yep.
I see we got some people jumping in here. Steven, awesome. Thanks for jumping in. Business loans and also commercial project funding. There you go.
Awesome.
There you go. Awesome. Dylan, thanks for joining us. And if you're just joining and you want to throw in the chat who you are, where you're from, and if you broker a specific product or something like that, definitely feel free to interact, man. That's what this is for. Awesome, Patrick. Thanks for joining us. We got our very own Patrick live and in person here.
Buffalo, New York, home of the chicken wing.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Steve's the weather starting to turn a little bit by you? Getting warmer over there?
Yeah, like I was saying, I mean, we're probably 80 degrees, but it's super humid, so it feels like 90. Not going
Gotcha.
to complain. Going to jump on that Harley after probably this afternoon.
There you
Is that
go.
what you're going to end up doing, Patrick?
I would love to today. I would love to today. It's a beautiful day out there. I was supposed to go last night, but just never got around to it. So I definitely like to get out there today for sure. Absolutely. And I heard Tony talking about when I came walking in about Arizona last week. So it's like 105 degrees, but everyone laughs because like, oh, the dry heat. It's still hot as shit. You know what I mean? It's just, but it is a little different. The humidity is suffocating.
Tim,
Yeah,
thanks
no
for joining.
doubt, man.
Rodrigo, thanks for joining, man. Jason, thanks for joining. Got a lot of different people doing a lot of different things. I see some SBA, some factoring, lots of different people helping small business, man. This is exciting. I'm excited. You guys ready to go? I can get this
I think
thing fired
so.
up. And I know Steve wanted to jump in here, so let me just share my screen. I'll get this thing going, and we will be off and running.
Awesome. All right. Well, I'd like to welcome everybody here today. Excellent opportunity to meet with Tony and Patrick from Rock Financial. A couple of guys who have been around and been doing it all as a super ISO, but a group that has relationships, a group that's been able to be, or that is here to be effective in helping the broker network members achieve some of the best rates, best terms, and various business finance products that are available. And most everybody here is probably already aware, as you've seen lots of marketing with FinServe and Rock Financial. And I just want to, again, welcome you guys to the FinServe marketplace. Welcome Rock Financial. They're one of the newest groups that are a recommended funder in the FinServe marketplace. And we've been tearing it up over the past couple of months. So definitely a great opportunity for us to get on here and talk about what it takes to be a successful broker in 2021. And so welcome. I'm also going to introduce here. So Patrick Patrick, tell us a little bit more about your position at Rock Financial, and then I'm going to also have Tony explain more about his position at Rock Financial, and then we're going to get this thing underway.
Yeah, no, absolutely. I appreciate the opportunity to do so. Like Steve mentioned, I'm Patrick Manning. I'm the CRO at Rock Financial. And, basically what my role here at the company is, a big portion of that is managing our lender relationships. So for us, really, what we've found that has made us the most successful over the years has really been our team, our experience in the industry, and the streamlined process that we've been able to put together. And a lot of that really falls back on the marketplace and the suite of products that we're able to offer. When we initially got into this business, we back in 08, 09, we were primarily focused on the working capital, the cash advance type of product. And, we spent many years, really building out a streamlined process. So, when you come in the door, or a client of yours comes in the door, they're getting, electronic applications, technology that automatically reads bank statements to ensure that everything comes in nice and smoothly, and it's a good experience for our borrowers. From there, that dumps into, technology that we have put together that really goes into matching the right lender for that borrower. And I'll kind of pause there for a second, because what we found is, as we started working with these business owners, that, no two businesses are alike. Every business is at a different stage in their business, facing different challenges or different opportunities. And not always one product or one lender is going to make sense for that particular borrower. So we right away shifted our focus towards, how do we really broaden our horizon and become more dynamic in our offerings back to clients, which is why today you see we're able to do SBA lending, or asset-based loans, or account receivable financing, working capital, revolving lines of credit, or just specific equipment financing. And that really comes off the heels of understanding the clients that are coming into us, what their needs are, and how do we put ourselves in a position and our partners that are referring these clients to where we can convert and, you know, really at the highest level possible and win on as many of these transactions as possible. And that's been a combination of the three things: building a streamlined process, having the relationships with the certain lenders to be able to offer out these products, and then obviously those relationships amongst different financing products that are out there. And, you know, we produce a lot of volume, you know, because of the process and the lenders and the products that we offer, we attract a lot of business. And then with the lenders that we work with in that relationship that I'm managing with those lenders, it's driving volume towards those lenders. You know, we've had a lot of, you know, partners have come to us in the past and have said, hey, you know, I brought that deal to the same lender that you did, but I only got a 50K approval on 10 months. How did you get 100 on 15? And it's because of the volume that we're pushing towards these lenders. You know, when we sign a lender onto our platform, again, going back to what my role is here, when I sign a lender onto the platform, you know, they're aware of who we are, they're aware of the potential in the relationship, and there's certain things that I negotiate on the front lines of that relationship and saying, hey, if you're going to come onto our platform and I'm going to push business your way, I'm going to need a dedicated underwriter. I'm going to need decisions within an hour. I'm going to need a set step list where if I know if I bring a client into you and they want to move forward on your deal, that you're not going to go request all of these wacky documents that are going to slow down the process. So again, it goes back into that streamlined process, the upfront negotiation with our lender, that if they want to be on our platform, they're going to have to give us access to certain programs, certain interest rates, certain terms, and then obviously a certain internal process where we keep this thing moving along. So I know it's kind of a long-winded answer. Yeah, but you know, it really goes into what we're establishing here. I'm kind of keeping all those pieces together of making sure that we have the lenders that offer the wide variety of products, but then when we push the deal to those lenders, that we're getting access to exclusive process and exclusive rates and terms, you know, for the borrowers that we bring in the door.
Truly is a rock, yeah, truly is a rock star answer. I'm not sure how I'm going to follow that one up, but you know, my role here is specifically partnerships. Patrick and I, years ago, about 6 or 7 years ago, started a partnership division under his direction. And basically, where we started that was we realized that there's other people who work with small businesses who just simply don't know that there's additional options available to these small businesses outside of their local bank. So we kind of started there and we said, okay, how do we kind of build this thing? And from that point, it's exploded, man. And it's been quite a ride. You know, we do a ton of business through these partnerships, and the way that we look to leverage that technology, leverage those relationships, leverage the buying power that comes with working with Rock Financial is to just simply be a resource back to the brokers, the bankers, the CPAs that we work with. You know, if you're a CPA, you're probably not doing much financing. So now you can offer financing through Rock Financial. If you're a banker and you had to decline a client, at least now you can provide some value back to that client before letting them go over to a competitor like Wells Fargo or Chase. And if you're a broker for SBA or you're a broker for factoring, great, continue to focus on those things. But don't forget that you can still get some equipment finance deals done, still use you know, maybe an unsecured product to help bridge into a factoring line or an AR line, right? You can utilize these different tools, and basically we just want to be one of those arrows in the quiver because we know the value that we bring is that relationship, that positive experience for your clients and yourself, and that's what's going to allow us to do a ton of business together. So we're more than excited to jump on with the FinServe network here, if you guys couldn't tell, you know, and definitely jump into, you know, why it is that we're aligning with Steve and the network.
Excellent. Appreciate it, Tony. Yeah, and just to add on here, I'm not sure if everybody here is aware, but the FinServe marketplace, we've been around here for going on a dozen years. And we've just gone over 16,000 in the membership. That's 16,000 business finance professionals, probably closer to 16.5 at this point. But, you know, we've had an excellent opportunity to provide resources. And this, I mean, the synergy that we had when you guys came out to Traverse City, Michigan, and it was just excellent, just a great time. I think that anybody here that is interested in a partnership with Rock Financial, if you haven't spoken with these guys yet, you need to. But I'd like to open it up for Tony to kind of continue into some of the slides that we have here. And
Yeah.
then what we'll do is we'll jump into a Q&A after we get through the slides. We want to hear from everybody here. We want to hear, any questions that you might have, any feedback as well. So hang on to the seat for a little while here, guys, but we'll try to get through these slides relatively quickly, but give you some great information and move forward.
Yeah, so thanks so much, Steve, again, for having us. In Patrick's answer, my answer, Steve's answer, you pretty much heard a lot of these points already mentioned, which is, it just goes to show you how important they really are, right? It's what the great companies in this industry are building their business on, right? And, these are not really in any certain order, but, obviously the first thing that came from Patrick was the importance of relationships and managing those relationships. The first thing that he mentioned was that that's what he does, right? So, some of the relationships that we have, they are very boutique style. They're people who don't do very much business in terms of volume or have much of a brand like some of these brand names in the industry do, but they do a lot of business the right way. And that's kind of the difference that we look to have, is we don't want to have too many people doing the same thing. You know what I mean? And,
Right.
and if that's the case, you got too many people doing the same thing, you don't have enough diversity to really get deals done. So we look to make sure that when we're signing on lenders, and I know you can attest to this more than anybody, that they're going to actually be of value to the market that we have. And we know what that market is,
Yeah, absolutely. And, one thing that always comes up in a lot of conversation, with brokers that work with us or referral partners is, especially around the relationship side, is, hey, can I go sign up with some of these lenders directly that you guys work with? What's the value that you guys are really providing? And I always love that question, because my answer is, you absolutely can, right? Like, we encourage everybody that we've ever worked with, like, if you want to source all of these relationships, find all the lenders, manage the process yourself, and you have the capacity to do that, by all means, like, go and do that. But what others have found the real value is staying focused on what their core business is, right? We've done the research for the past 10, 15 years. We have built relationships. We have sourced out all of the best lenders, best in class for the different products that are out there. And we manage all of those relationships. And where people have had the most success with us is leveraging us for what they don't typically do, what's not their core business, right? Because look at the process that we have internally. It's taken 10 years to build it. We have, 60, 70 employees on staff. You would have to continue to run your core business, right? If you're an SBA, you're working your SBA transactions. Now somebody you're working with through SBA wants equipment. You would have to go source out all of those equipment lenders, package the deal for equipment, submit it over to equipment, know how to sell an equipment deal, get it buttoned up, get appraisals done, right? And then now what focus of that is taking away from your core business? Or maybe you are able to juggle one or two of those while doing your core business, but how could you really scale and do volume? So what we have told people is leverage us for what we're good at, right? Like, we've always stayed focused on, not trying to be everything to everybody. We have a core thing that we're good at, which is brokering certain products to core lenders. So stay focused on your core business, continue to do your core business, but add a revenue stream to your business, right? If you have an opportunity that comes out outside of what you do, leverage me and my team. All we need is a name and a phone number. You refer that over to us. We reach out to the client. We set expectation. We bring in the package. We review the deal. We place it with the lender, secure an approval, close the deal, and send out your commission. So this will allow you to stay focused on your core business, but also do volume in these other products by not having to get too involved and staying streamlined on what it is that you're good at and is your core business.
No, it's a great point. I think that when it comes to relationships, right, it's there's got to be give and take. There's got to be understanding. But the best thing that I took from what you were saying is when you come into a lot of these relationships, you're putting some things on the table right now that need to be taken care of, right? You're making sure that they're adding value to the portfolio. You're making sure that they can get us those decisions quickly, right? And that all just goes back to the process and how things kind of, have to be built and what it really takes to kind of go through those things, right? And when it comes down to it, it's just good old fashioned hard work. Like, you mentioned, 10 plus years of building these relationships. Well, that just goes to show you that, even as people are moving around the industry or people are changing jobs or, moving up, they're still the same person, right? So you want to leverage those relationships as long as as long as you can, but that goes into the dedication, right? Like you have to be on top of this business like no other.
Yep, exactly right. What else do we got here? Let's keep sliding through. We'll keep this thing moving. So this is just talking about some of the resources that are provided through our company. We've always put a major focus on technology because it really goes into the experience that our clients and our partners are able to experience with us. We haven't mentioned it yet, but I want to mention it, and I'll plug it a few times throughout this. Is if you haven't taken the time to do your research on Rock Financial, I absolutely recommend that you do so. Maybe in the past you didn't enjoy the experience of sending your clients to a broker because there wasn't good communication or they weren't able to convert because they didn't have the right relationships or products on the platform. If you go and look us up on Google or Trustpilot, you're going to see hundreds of reviews. We maintain a 5-star rating. Even on websites like Best Company or Finder.com, which are basically like these comparative websites where if you're looking for a business loan, you go on there and it kind of, based on people's feedback that ranks, what companies have had the best experience or the proven track record. You're going to see Rock Financial listed at the top of these lists. And it's because of the resources that we're providing back to those that work with us. And, specifically, it would be a referral partner or a broker, somebody on this call. And, the technology is huge because when you're referring your clients over to us, I'd imagine that you would want transparency and vision on what's going on with those clients. So we built, it's our own proprietary, technology. It's our own exclusive. We built it from the ground up. But when you become a partner of ours and you sign on to our platform, we give you access to our portal. And when you log on to our portal, you get vision on all of the deals that you submitted. So you get a pipeline view that shows you all of your deals with real-time updates. On top of that, it also tracks all of your funding history, all of the commissions that you've earned through us. Also, you're able to access marketing material. So let's say you are an SBA and somebody mentions to you that they want a piece of equipment or they want a line of credit. You can go into your Rock portal, go into the marketing section, and you can get branded. You can upload your logo, you can brand it to your own company, and it's just pre-built marketing. It's like flyers on the different products that we offer. So if you're in factoring and somebody wants a working capital loan, go into the portal, get the working capital marketing material that we pre-built for you, upload your logo to it, and then share it with your client. And now if you're XYZ funding, you can send them the marketing material that we put together with an XYZ funding logo on it. And you can say, hey, I know you know me for factoring, but I actually have access to equipment loans as well, or a line of credit as well. And here's my marketing material on it. So again, these are the resources that we're providing to you, is the portal technology to log in and see all of the traffic that you've submitted to us, track all of your fundings, track all of your commissions, but also get other resources, get marketing material from us. If you want to watch training videos that I built, and me and Tony went into a studio and we did different training videos on different aspects of all of the financing and our process that we offer, you could go in there and access this all through our portal. So if you referred a client to a broker or a company in the past, I first want to ask yourself, did you get these resources? Did you have the ability to log in and get real-time updates on all of your referrals to see exactly what's going on with your traffic? And the answer with us is yes, we provide that. And I know from our competitors that are out there, not many provide a resource like that portal.
Very good.
Yep. And
hey, Patrick, one thing, can I just pop in here real quick?
Of course.
And some of the guys are asking us to use the slides. Our slides are stuck. I don't know if you guys have been trying to push through them at all.
Yeah,
But,
we've been going through the
oh.
slides. We're on number 8. Why, they haven't been changing on the screen?
No, yeah, just some of the other people are noticing it as well.
Oh, okay. I'm sorry. Yeah, we have been moving the slides.
Sorry
Oh,
about
okay.
that, guys.
Yeah, it must be just a technical thing, so apologies,
All right.
guys. But,
One
you know,
second.
just to add on here to what Patrick is saying, I mean, the technology and everything that Rock Financial is offering, I mean, this made the relationship, I mean, just, you know, working and recommending Rock Financial all the more. It just made more sense than anything to bring the products, services, the technology, everything that they have to the table to recommend. And I mean, this is what it's all about, guys. So Tony, did you want to go ahead and pick back up here?
Yeah, I'm just.
I think you were about to say something, but
Yeah, no, I was just trying to get back into the presentation here. Sorry.
oh,
about
okay.
Let's share the screen again. Let's see something here. If we hit share screen again, and
Just do the whole desktop.
yeah, do the whole desktop. Share that, and then
Play.
you want to explain that, or you go play from start.
Sorry.
Steve, it was stuck for you as well.
Yeah, it was. Yeah, but then you were able. It looked like you guys changed it, so it did come across a different slide. Did yep. Now it's working.
Okay, all right.
Sorry about
Yep.
that, guys.
So really quick, I'll
Yeah,
just
no worries.
Yeah, we'll just kind of comb back through some of the different things. Like,
yeah. So we talked about like the relationships, you know,
why
that
they're key and why they're key. You know,
Yeah.
it's because when it comes down to it, that's what this company was founded on, is relationships with our lenders, our partners, our clients. You know, it's all comes down to how much work you're willing to put in, and how effective you are in that work, and the resources that you have access to, right? Like, you know, when it comes down to it, you know, a lot of these different companies and different businesses, they're all going to need different things. So you want to be as diverse in what you're able to offer as possible.
Yep, absolutely.
We're all good though, right? Everybody can see the slideshow.
Yes, sir.
All right.
And if anybody has any questions, you know, while we go on, I don't know if you want to just check the chat quick or the Q&A. If any questions come up, like as we're talking, I don't want to just be, you know, ripping information at you guys. If you guys, you know, if I say something that you have a question about, or you want me to dig deeper on, or, you know, just whatever the case may be, we definitely want to get the feedback. So I don't know if you could see, you know, the chat or.
Yep, I'm seeing it. I'm seeing the chat here. That's where how we noticed the slides weren't working right. And I wasn't sure if it was just on my side, but then,
Gotcha.
then it looked like Dick Humphrey had mentioned that he'd like us to use the slides. So, but other than that, you know, I'm watching the chat as well. And anybody who has anything to add to it, I'll definitely keep my eye on it.
And I know we got the Q&A coming up at the end, so we'll definitely dive into
Yep.
you know, any particular questions and scenarios, hopefully,
Mhm.
you know, as we continue to go along here. You know,
This is an important slide, right? Because, you know, when you are in, you know, some sort of a loan brokering, you know, you're in factoring, you're in SBA, and, you know, you come across an opportunity for a different product and you try to work that yourself. It's, you know, it's important to really know what goes on, you know, behind submitting these deals, sourcing the right lender. And like what it says is the knowledge, right? Understanding your lender, their guidelines. There are so many times where a business comes into us and they already have existing debt out on the business, and we look at where they went the first time for a loan, and the broker paired them with, you know, some, you know, middle of the road or even bottom feeder that we would consider bottom feeder type of lender, but the business is a quality business and could have qualified for so much more, right? So really understanding all of these different lenders, and again, that goes into the research, right? Like, you know, leverage that research. For the past 10 years, we've been sourcing out these lenders, these different products. We've done the research on what lenders do what, who does it best, what is their appetite. So we've seen so many times a deal be placed with the wrong lender, and, you know, that could hurt the business owner because they're not, you know, maybe they're paying too much for the money, or they're not getting the resources in the financing that they need to really accomplish what was in front of them. But it could also hurt the broker, right? If you referred that deal to somebody that didn't place that deal with the right place, did you leave money on the table? right? If we take a deal and we go to the wrong lender, we may come up short and get a 70 or 100K approval, where if we would have went to the right lender, that could have been a 150 or a 200K deal that obviously would have, yielded a larger commission, right? So, the understanding of, it's not just a matter of, oh yeah, this is a cash advance, go push it to a cash advance lender, or this is a working capital or a line of credit, just push it to a lender that does that. It's within that product, who is the right lender that has the appetite for that specific deal that's going to get the most aggressive with their offer, so that you're ensuring that you're making the most of the opportunity, not just for the business owner, but also for yourself, right? To make sure that you're getting your ultimate earning potential out of that referral. And then just to piggyback on that, there's also many times where we submit a deal to a lender and maybe the lender declines the deal, right? So another lender would have go, okay, another broker would have said, okay, I submitted the deal, they declined it, let me move on. Well, because we've been doing this for so long and we produce so much volume, we understand these lenders' guidelines sometimes better than them. And all the time, our team will push back at a lender and say, hey, I know you declined this deal, but per your guidelines, it's not 3 negative days in any given month. It's an average of 3 negative days over the last 6 months. So if you look at the last 6 months of bank statements, you'll see you scored this deal incorrectly. And per your guidelines, this deal actually merits an approval of this. And many times our lenders, these underwriters, they're human, right? They're human underwriters, or they're not. It's an automated algorithm that made a mistake. So we are reviewing every decline as well as every approval that comes in the door. And if we don't agree with that decline or we don't agree with that approval, we're going to push back to the lender on behalf of the borrower, on behalf of our referral partner, and ensure that we're either turning that approval that we have into a better approval, or we're altogether overturning a decline into an approval and creating a funding opportunity out of what would have been a decline for somebody else. So the quality of the broker that you're working with and the knowledge that they have of their lenders will play right into the conversion, the success, and how much money you can make through that relationship.
You couldn't be more correct. And, you and I could go back and forth with these stories all day long. When it comes to these lenders, another thing that happens often enough that I want to bring it up is that, they'll approve a deal, right? But when you actually take a look at what it takes to close that deal and actually win that deal, you'll realize that maybe there's something in the business that's actually going to inhibit it from getting closed, right? And that could be even more detrimental to you and your client's relationship if they believe that, hey, I am going to go get this $200,000, and they're sending in all their docs and they're going through contracts and they get to a call, and now all of a sudden here we are 3, 4, 5, maybe 7 days later, and they find out, hey, that deal actually fell through and I don't really have a backup plan because that was the deal that we were approved for. So I put my eggs in that basket, right? So again, it's all about knowing the process, knowing their closing process, their stipulations, their knowing it better than them. You hit the nail on the head. Knowledge is power, man. That's really what it comes down to.
And, this isn't a bragging thing in any way. It's just, it's important when you choose a company to partner with that you're choosing a quality company. We do have a great team in place here. All of the, business consultants that are on the phone talking to borrowers have all been in the business for 5, 6 years plus. We do outside sales training. We've been a big Sandler sales training organization, which has really helped us with our consultative approach, which again feeds right into the experience and the reviews that people are leaving for our company. You're not going to deal with, when you refer a client to us, you're not getting somebody on the phone that's going to be disrespectful or force things down people. We say all the time here that for this product, you're not selling at all. You're just being a consultant. It's just an educational conversation. It's, what's going on in the business? What is the pain? What are you looking to accomplish? And then ultimately formulating a plan of action that we could take to try to, create a solution. And we're not for everybody, and we're not always going to be successful in that. There's times that we turn a borrower away, right? If somebody comes to us and their main objective is like to consolidate credit card debt, that's not really a great referral for us. us. You know, the products that we offer are really more designed for opportunity-based, situations, right? Where they're able to, expand their restaurant or buy equipment to take on more work, or, purchase inventory in bulk to get a discount on the cost of that inventory.
Or even solve a challenge.
Or even solve a challenge, right?
Bridge a gap.
Bridge a gap, or you have a tax obligation, or you have something came up in the business that you had to use working capital for, so now you got to make payroll. Going to the bank is just going to take too long, so you have to access quick funding. There's a lot of different reasons why coming to us would make sense, but the point is and what I really want to make known is, whether you're on this call or somebody, right? You're either you yourself on this call, or somebody that you could bring clients to and access funding. Probably true. What separates us from the competitors or other lenders or brokers out there, it's not the fact that we can access money at all, or that we can access a variety of programs, or that we can even do it quickly, or that we even have a good process. There's probably some companies out there that have a good process, or can access money, or could get it done quickly in 1 to 3 business days. Yeah, these are things that we can do, but we understand a lot of other people can do those things too. So what is it that separates us? What separates us in our eyes is our team and our process, and how we operate with empathy and respect. We treat all business owners and this business with integrity, and we really look out and we take care of those that we work with, and we do everything the right way. That's what separates us, right? That's what's going to allow you to, that's really what matters to these business owners, is when I take this money and I do this transaction, who's going to be there for me in the future? Who's going to continue to support me and, point me in the direction of other resources for my business? So, if you are referring business to somebody now, it's not, I don't want you to start referring your business to us because you think I'm going to get the money even faster or that much cheaper. Yeah, we're going to get better deals. We're going to beat our competition because we do pump out a lot of volume. So we do have access to exclusive products. But why you should want to refer your client to us is because of the quality of our organization and the transparency and technology that we provide to ensure that everyone that works with us is fully in tune with what we're communicating to your clients and how we're going about, closing out our transactions. And, just knowing that your referrals are safe with us, that we're going to do the right thing. We're going to set realistic expectations. We're not going to lie to anybody. And I'm not asking you to take my word for that. I'm challenging you to go look up my company and do your research and get comfortable for yourself that we've been doing this for a long time, and people have had a really good experience with us because of how we treat everyone in our network.
So just to kind of get things, kind of almost wrapped up here, where, we would definitely want to get to that Q&A. I thought it would be really cool to just hear from both of you guys, a little bit of insight into, why this does make so much sense. I know we've touched on it, but like, I think if we just ask each of you that question, and Steve, feel free to jump in here, man.
Sure.
Why do you think it makes so much sense? I know we've had some slides that showed it. I know we've touched on it, but
I think a lot of what me and Steve are going to say right now are probably for the same reasons. I know, and and Steve, I don't want to even speak for you. You can kick this one off. Why you established this network in the first place? Because you were identifying a problem.
You bet. And about 12 years ago, when I came into the business finance space, I came in a venture capital deal with a group in Costa Mesa, California. Many of you guys have heard this story, probably right from me, or maybe even found it on the site. But what we learned in that venture capital deal and providing a credit facility for that group, it was just great information, building relationships with brokers and learning that what brokers were really looking for, people that, that they could trust. Starting a relationship with a group can be very difficult, not knowing who they're starting their partnership or their relationship with. When they send a deal over, what's going to happen with that deal? Is that deal going to get shopped out to some buddies of these guys who are, my new partners? What will happen with my client? A lot of brokers set up booby traps even to try to figure out if somebody's going to try to do them wrong. That's how crazy this world is, and so we figured, okay, there's got to be a solution for this. So we've gone through and we've vetted out various lenders and funders from all over the country. that can provide various products and resources to business finance brokers. And just as Steve says here, he says, yes, it's a crazy business. It is. It's absolutely a crazy business. But what FinServe has, has basically set out to do is eliminate some of that, eliminate some of those questions. We go through vetting processes to bring on groups. We're looking for the perfect partners for our broker network, for the FinServe marketplace, but as well, we're looking for the perfect broker relationships for our lenders and funders. So, I mean, guys, FinServe is here to keep a clean, trustworthy marketplace. And if we run into people who are not clean and trustworthy, then we make no bones about it. You're out of here, broker or lender. The facts are the facts, though. We go through, Rock Financial has all of the resources that some of the smaller broker shops could use. Many of the larger ISO shops, they might have some of the services or products available to themselves that Rock does. However, what I do know is that the relationships that Rock does have are very limited to the point where there may only be 3 ISO groups in the country that can even submit deal flow to them. Okay. And those products happen to be the top business finance products in all of the finance industry. And so if you're looking for the most competitive rates, terms, products, availability, the best offers, the biggest offers, then there's no reason for you to not sign up with Rock and move forward in the relationship. When you start speaking with reps over there, if you spoke with Tony or Patrick, guys, immediately you're going to be very comfortable with who these people are. You really can't hide from the craziness, okay? You know pretty quickly who's crazy and who's not so crazy, right, guys? I mean, Patrick and Tony, you've been in this industry for a long time as well. We're all dinosaurs here, okay? You guys know how quickly you can sniff out, issues with other lenders, right? I mean, you guys have been vetting lenders for how long? Especially you, Patrick. Can you tell us a little bit about how you vet? I mean, you've had to vet these lenders out and decide who is the right fit. And we're just trying to help the brokers get a leg up there, okay? Does every broker have enough time to go spend an hour, 2, 3, 4 hours with every new lender that comes along? Probably not. It's really not in their wheelhouse, especially if you've got 4 people working in your office. Rock Financial has 70. Okay, guys, the back office, all the things that they can offer. I mean, it's a no-brainer.
It's exactly why we chose, 12 years ago to run and structure the business the way that we have, is because of the craziness that you're talking about. We saw that, listen, this is a big industry, right? Alternative lending, you have companies like PayPal, Amex, Amazon is lending. I just saw eBay started lending in this industry. You have major brands that are pumping, billions of dollars into alternative lending. So this product, there's something real here. This is very beneficial to business owners, especially when 9 out of 10 are getting declined for traditional financing. But then they get declined for traditional financing, they get pushed into this alternative market, and it's just filled with a bunch of fly-by-night brokers that are over-promising, under-delivering, setting false expectation. It's excuse my language, it's a fucking nightmare. So for us, we said, wow, like all we've ever known is to do things the right way. And now we're seeing that by doing that, that's going to be the number one thing that makes us stand out. And,
Yes.
For us, it's been easy to be successful because all we've had to do to be successful is just do the right thing. You want people to refer you business, you got to provide them transparency. You can't expect somebody to refer you business and then not pay them their commission, have them, hawking you down to get their payment out, or, having to come to you to get an update on their deal. How do you expect people to get comfortable with referring business to you if that's going to be their experience? So for us, the same reason as you, Steve, you got in, you saw this craziness, you said, whoa, I'm seeing people being screwed left and right. Let me create this network where we can together share ideas, vet out lenders, and only use people that we've had positive experiences with. And totally isolated from that, we were looking at this world saying, wow, look at all these brokers that are just misleading business owners or not doing the right thing by their referral partners. So let's just set up an environment where people can, get access to the products and programs that they need, get the transparency to have the confidence in referring business, to a company like that. And then more importantly, having the reputation that they can have confidence in. We take our reputation extremely serious. We're constantly doing testimonials, with our partners or our borrowers, so that we can continue to share that experience. The number one thing for us is raising that confidence and making people feel comfortable with working with us. But you can't talk that. You have to prove that in track record and history, and that's what we have, and that's what I'm asking everybody in this call to pay attention to. We can get your client funded in 24 hours. So could the shiesty brokers out there, right? So that's not what I want you to fall in love with us over. I want you to fall in love with, this big jolly guy right here who, him and his team are going to be, at your service, at any point in the day where you need to reach out and you need an answer or you need help with something, we're there for you. Or the lenders that I brought on, like, Steve pointed out some of the exclusive products that we have access to. I can tell you right now, I have access to unsecured working capital at least 10 to 12 points cheaper than the going rate on the market. If you're in cash advance or you're in, unsecured working capital, that, what the cost of that money is. And right now I'm able to access it, at 10% cheaper than what the going rate is. And it's because of the volume that we produce. But going into the vetting process, I don't work with lenders that aren't personally referred to me by somebody I'm already working with. So there's no shot if you're a random lender out there and I don't know you from a hole in the wall, there's no way you're getting on my marketplace. There's no inbound, I'm not fielding inbound calls from new lenders. I get them all day long, and my front desk has a script that they use to just push them off. If I'm working with you as a lender, it's because another relationship of mine recommended that I need to be working with you. So there's got to be some sort of a connection, some sort of history that I can go off of, because that's important. But also, I understand that a big value in how we win with our clients is because of those exclusive products that we have access to. And if I just start signing on lenders all over the place, then I'm going to water down my existing relationship, right? If I push my business to 5, 10, 15 lenders right now, they're accustomed to getting $1, $2, $3, $5 million in funding per month from us. If I start sharing that business with 10, 15, 20 other lenders, it's going to start to water down the business that I do with them. And I'm going to start to lose some of those benefits. And my partners and my clients are going to be the ones that feel that, because they're not going to feel so special anymore. They're not going to be seeing those exclusive terms and things. So, this process, this business that we're running, it's all process oriented, and we run it militant. We stay the course. We do not try to recreate the wheel. We know what works. We know what we're good at, and we stay very focused on that. I know we've been going for a little while, so I don't know if we want to jump towards allowing questions and things of that nature. If we had too much more to cover, I think we kind of got the gist out.
We're pretty much wrapped up. I know that there might just be the question of how do people reach out to us.
Absolutely.
Guys.
Make sure that when you're reaching out to us, you are explaining that you're coming through the FinServe network. That allows us to make sure that we're going through the right channels internally. I'm going to stop sharing the screen now, just so that we can get back into some Q&A and stuff here. But yeah, definitely make sure that you're reaching out to us, guys. You can reach us at rock.biz/FinServe. That's for your benefit. And basically, definitely thank you again to Steve for having us on here. I know that we've had some great things going on in the Q&A and the chat here. Guys, feel free to jump into the chat and the Q&A now, and fire away. I see we have some questions here. So we'll just kind of jump in. I see Nicole has a question. If I have a leads list, how could I use Rock Financial to contact these leads? So I'll let Patrick jump in.
So this is a great question, and this is what another message we want to get across to everybody on the call is: you could use us as little or as much as you like. If you like to really stay involved and you just want to use us to access our lenders and our process and our back office, we have no problem you submitting an application, bank statements to us. We'll get it to a lender. We'll secure the approval. We'll give you the approval, and you can run with it, right? If that's how you want to leverage us. But If you want to, like I said earlier, stay focused on your core business and just scale volume with us, then like Nicole is asking, we have no problem. If you just want to refer us a leads list, we will get that into our database. We will get it into our sales team. We will reach out. We'll call all those leads. We will set expectation, collect the documents, submit the deal, secure the approval, sell it, and then just issue your commission. So Nicole, as long as you're in an agreement with us, because I mentioned we do everything by the book here. That's how we've maintained our reputation. We have to stay true to that. So we do just need you signed on to our platform, because anyone that signs on to our platform, we do have you sign an agreement that just ensures any marketing that you're doing or leads that you're purchasing are all like, CAN spam compliant and TCPA compliant, because we want to make sure that anyone that we're working with is obtaining, business owners' information through the proper lead channels. So as long as you sign that agreement, you're onboarded with us, we're happy to take any leads that you have. We'll call those and we'll handle the whole process for you. You should absolutely leverage us. That is why we built this platform and we have it set the way that we do, so that you could just refer your leads over. We'll take it from start to finish and just send you your commission.
Great answer. We got a bunch of people in the chat. I see Steve has been firing back. So Steve, thanks for taking care of that. Timothy said that he's retired from the construction industry and is interested in using his connections in the home building or remodeling industry to see if they need funding. So being a part of the FinServe network, how much training do I need to complete to be a part of the organization? And I think that you halfway kind of answered that one, right? You can be involved, Tim, as much or as little as you'd like. And that's the beauty of the process. Me and my team, we are here to be a resource back to you. So if we know that, hey, you are looking to learn how to be in this industry and be a broker yourself, all good, man. We're going to teach you the right way to do that. And you can leverage our process on the way there and monetize on the way there, right? A lot of times brokers get started in this industry and they don't have the relationships to really get deals done. And they don't really have the closing process to get deals done. They leverage us early on in the process. And then as they start to build out some relationships, they may take over a deal or two here or there and utilize us in that capacity. Again, it's really kind of up to you and I and my team and the team internally here to customize the partnership to be what's going to be most beneficial for the both of us to make the most sense for everybody.
And, with that, in our portal, like I mentioned, there's like 70 to 90 videos that we filmed in a studio covering all of the different products that we offer, our process, minimum qualifications, the difference between alternative and traditional financing. There's a ton of content within that portal. So, Tim, somebody like yourself that kind of wants to get involved, use your, prior connections to start to generate deal flow, get people interested in loans. You could also access our portal to kind of train yourself, get you schooled up so you're prepared to have those conversations, with those business owners, from your prior connections.
Awesome, guys. Definitely keep firing away the questions here. Verlin says, I'm not a broker or a lender. How can I become a referral to your business? Well, the great part about our referral program is basically anybody can be a part of it. If you speak with a business owner, if you walk into a restaurant and you are speaking with the owner, like, it doesn't matter to us. However you kind of want to go about this, it's really kind of up to you and us to, like I said, customize that program to be what it's going to be successful for everybody. You'll have tons of training, tons of support, tons of transparency into what you're doing and the deals that you can start to generate. And then you can leverage our process and our programs to get these deals done and earn that commission for yourself. So it's really a great program for those who are super involved and super on top of their things and already involved in the industry, or those just looking to kind of get involved and really, understand what is out there. We're going to show you what's out there and how to really go about it.
Absolutely. And I just see here really quick from Rich Miller asking specifically about SBA. So yeah, Rich, we have a director of our SBA division. We have on our platform direct SBA lending relationships. So we do not go through another broker. We are direct to lender on SBA. I can tell you right now with 7A, the SBA is not really taking applications. They're pretty much on pause. But if there's like a specific SBA product, like consolidating existing debt or purchasing a building or looking to start some type of a franchise, we are seeing some movement in some of those SBA products. What I would say to you is reach out to us, give us the exact scenario that you have on your plate right now, and we can give you some information. But yes, we are direct to bank on SBA. We're not going for any of our products. We do not, any referrals that you bring to us, no matter the product, that's what we've done is we built out all direct to lender relationships. So you're never going to bring a deal to us that we're going to bring to another broker. That's a nightmare and that's a disgusting mess. We have built out a platform and processes where we are direct to lender on all of the products that we offer. And I saw some questions in here about our portal. If you are signed on with us and you haven't gotten the portal information, just simply reach out to us and let us know. We'll get you set up with that. I'm not sure why you wouldn't have. But if if you're not signed up with us and you haven't signed the agreement, then that's probably why you don't have the portal access. So definitely reach out after this. I saw a link at the bottom. It was rock.biz/FinServe.
Correct.
So you can go there. That should lead you to a landing page where you can reach out to us. Obviously, we have our partnership email as well. So after this call, whether it's Patrick, Tony, Steve,
anybody on our team,
on our team, just reach out to us and let us know that you were on the webinar. We'll get you to the right place. We'll get you taken care of. Me and Tony are super easy to get in touch with. Tony at rock.biz, Patrick at rock.biz, rok.biz. Shoot us an email. We'll get you right in the hands of somebody. We'll get you taken care of. I can tell you one thing nobody's ever complained about with us is communication. We are on it. I can promise you that.
Over communicators.
Absolutely. And guys, hey, I appreciate that, Patrick. We can also, if anybody's looking to just reach out and have a conversation, is there a way that they can just reach out by phone?
Yeah, absolutely.
Absolutely.
The number is actually, I can even throw the number right in the chat. This way, if anybody is looking to just reach right out right now and wants to jump on the call, I know my team is sitting there waiting for these calls. So definitely make sure that you're reaching out, and we'll get right on it. Stephen, especially you who mentioned that you are signed up with us. Let's get you that access. This way you can have some vision, and we'll definitely make sure to be right on that.
Excellent.
Any other questions, or we definitely want to hear from as many people as possible. Anything?
Can you send us the slide presentation? Great question, Richard. Thanks for asking. Everybody will get a copy of the record. We are recording this, so you get a copy of the recording. Sorry for for messing up the share thing there in the beginning, but you will get a copy of the recording, copy of the presentation, and definitely if you do have to jump off, I know we're getting close to 3 p.m. We appreciate everybody joining. Last minute questions, please feel free to throw them in the Q&A in the chat. This is the best part of these things, guys. This is where we and you guys get the most out of it. Steve and Patrick have been managing relationships and onboarding and offboarding lenders for decades, amongst the two of them. Ask questions, man. This is the best time. That's one thing that I've learned in this industry is that you ask, and any question that's unasked is always a no. But when you start asking questions, you start to gather information, and that's when you become dangerous.
That's right.
I do see one other question. Do you hold any paper, or will everything be funded by external lenders or funders? I'm going to let you run with this.
Yeah, everything is external lenders and funders. Yeah, we are brokers. We always want to be very transparent about that. We are proud to be the broker. Trust me, if we were a direct lender, we would only have one product to offer. If you referred me a client and I didn't like that client, I would have to decline it and send you on your way. With us being a broker, we're able to offer you many different options. We can give you better deals than the direct lender. If our direct lenders were offering better deals to direct clients, then none of us brokers would send them deals, right? So when you go to the direct lender, you're actually going to get a little bit higher of a cost or a shorter term, because if we found out as a broker that's pumping major volume to our lenders that they're just undercutting us, then I wouldn't send deals to the lender anymore. So not only can you get better deals through a good broker, I'm not speaking on all brokers, but the way that we operate, and I saw somebody say your honesty is refreshing. I appreciate that.
Is the man.
It is the only way that we operate. You're not always going to like what I have to say. I'll always say it respectfully. I'm a genuine person. I love this business. I love everyone I work with. I make myself accessible 24/7, but I'm not going to lie to nobody. We are a broker, but there's a ton of value in a reputable broker, somebody with a proven track record that does the right thing by partners, that does the right thing by borrowers. There's a lot of value in a broker because we can provide multiple options. We can provide you more competitive options, but most importantly, we don't just go get your borrower like 3 or 4 options. After we get 3 or 4 approvals, I share those approvals with the other lenders that approved it. So I might go to a lender and go, hey, I appreciate your 100K offer on 12 months, but somebody else gave me 120 on 15. So now they come back and go, great, I'll match it 120 and I'll give you 16 months. And I create like a little bidding war amongst the lenders. And then what we actually present to your client is a blended offer of all of the top lenders' offers. So that's what we do is we go get a few different options from the top lenders that are out there, and then we drive those offers against each other to come out with one final blended offer, which is a mixture of all the best offers that we received. And that's the value that we provide. It's a set it and forget it model. You don't have to be involved. You can give us a name and a number. We're going to provide transparency every step of the way. We guarantee to get your client the best offer. And when it comes to speaking to your client, you're putting the most experienced sales team on the phone with your client. We've been doing it longer than anybody, and we are one of the top 3 largest brokers in the country. But even with those other brokers, nobody has the partnership division like Tony's team set where you get all of these dedicated points of contact, you get the portal, you get the transparency, you get the training and the support. No one else is offering that.
Not unless you're willing to pay.
Yeah.
No, it's such a great point when it comes down to it. Dylan, thanks so much for the feedback, man. It's the only way we know how to do business, and that's the right way, and be able to hang our hats on that. What we do is important enough, man. We support America's small business. That's the backbone of this country. I don't care who you ask or what their opinion is. That's mine. And when it comes down to it, we hang our hats on what we do. When we got a chance to fly out to Traverse City, Michigan, and meet Steve and have that one-on-one, well, 2-on-2 conversation that we had, with FinServe, it was refreshing, and we knew that that we wanted to align there as well, just as much as we believed you saw the value. So I know that when it comes down to it, man, extreme value like this, it almost seems hard to kind of understand how it could all kind of come to fruition. But I think that understanding the 2 point of views and just the experiences that you guys have had speaks volumes and helps people understand how we can align those visions to be what everybody needs it to be. And that's to put integrity and transparency at the forefront of this industry, starting with relationships like these. Patrick, with a great question here, just to throw it out there to Patrick on our end. Are there any industries we stay away from?
We can pretty much work across all industries. One specifically is cannabis. We can help cannabis businesses. So if you have any cannabis related companies, hemp companies, CBD, vape companies, we can do all of that. But going back to what we can't do, adult industry, that type of stuff, it gets a little hairy with the, with the lenders, and so I want to be clear on this. Automotive repair is one of our core industries, but automotive sales, like a used car sales lot or even a new car sales lot, sometimes those are very difficult for us to do. So I would say like the car sales and adult industry will probably be like the hardest for us to do. Yes, we can do gun stores. Great question.
THC as well.
Yeah, THC, the cannabis, all good. Gun stores, yes, and like other financing companies, like a mortgage brokerage or something like that. We're not going to lend money to somebody for them to turn around and lend it, right? But insurance companies, all good. Accounting firms, CPAs, lawyers, we can help there, no problem.
the one piece of advice I'll piggyback on that is, you know, a lot of people will struggle in a certain industry or even restrict it or not lend to it at all. To us, it's always worth a conversation. If you have a deal that others haven't been able to place, a lot of times that's a good way to leverage us in our programs, because we're going to provide you with that quick, transparent, honest feedback, whether we can do it or not. And we're going to ask poignant questions to get down to whether that is a real possibility or not. And we're going to gauge an entire market in our back pocket to let you know if anybody in that market is willing to do it. So a good first stop is to have a quick conversation with us and just say, hey, this is the scenario. This is what they're looking for. What do you guys think? And you know, a lot of our learning from our partners happens in those scenarios, as well as when, you know, when we do start to get some feedback on these deals, you know, we're able to kind of bridge the gap there as well.
Is there a way? Jerry Kessler just raised his hand. Can you click on him?
Hey, Jerry.
Allow. Yeah, there you go.
All right, Jerry, you are allowed to talk. All you have to do is unmute yourself.
Jerry, you raised your hand. We gave you the ability to talk. If you just unmute your microphone, you'll be able to, you know, ask your question live. Or if you would like to just type your question, you can do that as well.
Okay, can you hear me or no?
Yes,
Yep,
we
you're
can.
on.
Yeah, I'd like to know, can you do PPP loans?
So we were participating a little bit. We had the ability to do the PPP. It's pretty much dried up at this point and shut down. I don't believe at this point there is any more PPP going on.
Oh,
But
okay,
obviously, with our marketplace of financing options, we have many other options that we could offer to that business that wanted a PPP.
okay. All right, thank you very much.
No problem, sir.
Thanks for joining.
Jerry.
Okay.
If anybody else wants to jump on live and ask that question, feel
Yeah.
free to raise the hand.
We love the interaction. So
Yeah.
obviously, I don't, you know, I'm more, you know, genuine to everybody else's time. So you know, I don't want this to go on for too long and eat up everybody's day. But if you guys are seeing value in it and you want to continue to, you know, pick Steve or myself or Tony's brain, by all means, you know, go wild. So Rich, you said if some of the clients needs, you know, if Rock handles some of the client's needs, you also identify other FinServe companies. Absolutely. If there's other FinServe lenders that we're starting to utilize for products that we don't offer, because obviously Steve has put together a great network. So it's even been a resource to us. We've learned of a few new lenders through Steve for products that maybe we didn't, you know, offer in the past. So if something comes into us and it doesn't fit our box, but the first place that we would refer to would be another FinServe lender if it made sense for them. You know, this network is all quality lenders, so absolutely we would do that.
Great question.
Yeah, I would just say that, you know, if you're concerned about sending deals over to Rock that, you know, that fall within other, you know, other lenders you have access to, just have a conversation with your rep about the, you know, exactly what you'd like them to do for you. You know, like Patrick and Tony have said, they're not necessarily a one size fits all relationship. I mean, you know, you can come from any walk of the world, and if there's a solution, then they want to help with it. You know, however, if you already have the solution, then there's really no reason to just plug all of your deal flow 100% into Rock. Wouldn't really make a lot of sense there. But if you'd prefer to use their back office that way, that could be a you know, a major benefit. Just use their back office 100%. Commissions are extremely competitive. They're great. I mean, it just depends on what you want to do.
Absolutely.
Couple last minute questions trickling in here.
Yep. Nicole, we do offer the franchise financing through the SBA. So if you have somebody, you know, that is looking, you're asking for what the criteria is, there's kind of a laundry list. SBA is not a quick and easy process by any means. So what I would do is I would right away plug you into the director of our SBA division. He would do like a discovery call with you to understand exactly what the situation is. Depending on the situation would determine what criteria and information he would need from you. But yes, we do it. And do you have consumer financing programs for companies or leasing for dealer programs? So like number one, yes, we do offer consumer financing. So like if you're a contractor, or if you have a client that's a contractor and he is doing bids, right? You know, remodeling bathrooms and kitchens for 15 and 20 grand, and the consumer doesn't have the cash to pay for his job, we do offer programs where he could offer financing to his clients through us. Again, reach out to us, give us the scenario, and we'll go over it with you. But yes, we do offer consumer financing. Awesome. Well, we appreciate everybody's time here today. This was great. Steve, I don't know about you, but maybe we do a couple more of these, you know, for those that, you know, want to continue to, you know, further the education, obviously want to continue to provide that to them, or just some that weren't able to make it. Maybe we can do this as like a, you know, a monthly or an every other month type deal where we get on with the network.
Excellent. Yes, I agree 100%. We will, we'll definitely be back on some more Zoom meetings, try to provide some additional education to the Broker Network 1.0 members, and we'll just keep pushing.
Absolutely. Awesome. Absolutely.
Really appreciate everybody's time here today. Thank you, everybody.
Yeah, thanks, guys. Thanks, everybody, for joining. Thanks, Steve, for having us.
Thank you, guys.
Awesome. Thanks, guys. Have a great day.